Hello and a warm welcome to each and every one of you, and especially to those of you who are returning, and also a warm welcome to those of you who are new to my readings. And just to explain, I work purely with spirit in the form of my greater soul that is directly connected within Source. And as you also have your greater soul within Source, we work with the osmosis energies so that what needs to be brought through as messages through these cards will come from you. This is a collective reading, and whatever is thought to be relevant will actually start to emerge through these cards. And this is a pack of cards that I have been instructed to use for this week's reading, and it's Gateway Oracle, and they start on Monday and they will go through until Friday tomorrow, and then the packs will change. So this is also to let you know that this can be an ongoing message. Parts of it can be delivered in Monday right the way through to Friday, because this is a greater than just this moment. Part 1 is available on Facebook and YouTube, but part 2 is only on my YouTube channel, which is Etmir Balance Beyond Time. And they're saying, without further ado, to start to shuffle the cards. I have just shuffled them prior as I tuned myself to Source and to see what was coming through. And there's quite a heavy energy here today that myself and other people definitely are experiencing. And it's like a death of a situation is a very, very heavy energy of letting go of anything that no longer serves you. And it's kicked quite a punch this morning for those of you who have felt this energy also. And me personally, it's taken me hours to literally get back into my body because I tend to travel elsewhere to be able to actually get in the body sufficient enough to be able to deliver. So this is quite a late reading this morning, due to the fact of these heavy energies that are going. We have a situation with, not I'm an astrologer, but I do follow astrology from my own understanding as to what's going on. And we've got the two heavy opposing planets of the Saturn versus the Pluto. And these have, back down through history, brought in quite a punch into the endings of scenarios. And where you get an ending, you also get a birth, a renewal. So it's a dual action of a death and rebirth. And this is often situations that have been carried out in the collective, what's been going on at governmental level, and the bigger picture, what's been carried out through behind the scenes, and also the individual journey sit within the greater elements of what's going on. And it's now come to the stage that we're tying in with the last quarter of this moon cycle, and this transit to the dark moon, the no moon, before we start into the next moon cycle, I always find extremely heavy and difficult, because we planted our seeds, we looked at them with the full moon, with the full light, although we did have the eclipse, and we're going into another eclipse very shortly. And this actually brings insights, very deep insights from the very depth of the subconsciousness as to what we have been holding on, what you have been holding on, that is not even relevant in this moment in time. But it's baggage that you carry from past lifetimes and other scenarios, and the collective and the family scenarios that you have walked through over eons, and it is a time to actually to sever, not just to weed out, but to sever what has not served you from your deep subconsciousness. And these events, although quite fearful and harsh at the time, has the benefit, the fact that you will not be taking into your rebirth of the new you anything that does no longer serve you. This is a very deep culling that is going on, hence why these energies are so heavy, but also so necessary for you to be able to, like the phoenix, rise in the new person as to who you are, into your true magnificence. Anything that you have been will no longer serve you, and this is the way the energies are going. And to take in mind in this very, very deep culling that's going on, this death energy, what you are now doing is preparing to, when we come into the new moon, which will again be an eclipse, you will be planting seeds of magnificence to enhance the new you that is going to start to rise up in this world of chaos and change and uncertainty. You are the power point. You are vitally important because you are the leader for the many who have not fully dealt with dealing with the death scenario of cutting what no longer serves them, because they prefer to sit within the comfort zone of what is or what was known, but it will not serve them in this new world that we find ourselves here on the earth plane. So Spirit is very, very proud of you, the fact that you are still standing with strength, knowing that there is going to be more work to sever on behalf of yourself, on behalf of the collective, the world that you are in here on earth, and you are a PowerPoint pushing your way through all the nonsense that and the confusion that's here on this earth plane by just being strong and being who you are and who you are meant to be. This is the reason you chose to come here, to birth this new way of living on planet Earth with all your beautiful wisdom from your other existences, not only on Earth but in other star systems, other planets, other universes. You are the combination of you coming into a world that desperately needs you and your leadership. Okay, they are saying to start to work from the cards now, and we'll see what extra messages comes through now for what your soul needs to hear. And this is a collective reading, so it may not resonate with you. It doesn't resonate with everybody, and it could be one of several things. It could be time, just the wrong time, not your divine timing. We're all on different parts of your journey. Or it could be the fact that these messages aren't designed for somebody else today. I have no way of knowing what, I just channel. And you may find that what you're searching for may be through another card reader. But let us begin. And the first card we have today is Mending Bridges. I heal rifts. I am a mender. And what you're doing is you're mending your own bridges within yourself. We have been through, and I think Venus retrograde is still in the energies of Gemini, the twins, the two halves of the same, often referred to as the masculine and the feminine, but it can also be other aspects of oneself. And one will take you one way, the ego will take you one way, and the heart will take you another. And this is the time, at this death and the severing of the old ties that has been spoken out about prior to laying out of these cards, the fact that you are in a passage of time of mending your inner bridges, ensuring that what needs to go, and that you have free passage to walk from one side to the other and back again if that's your desire. You are crossing the waters of emotion. You are truly balanced. You have dealt with your anger. There has been a lot of anger released on this planet. And you are in the perfect position of mending the anger that has risen up within you. And this can be done through meditation, deep meditation, or for those of you who are very, very busy, literally just regularly connecting to your heart center and stepping into your heart center for no more than a couple of, say, three deep breaths in, connect. It's that quick, and then you can move on with your daily life for those of you who are busy. And for those of you who say, but I got too many people around me, I always suggest going into the bathroom and locking the door and saying, I am in here for a matter of 3 breaths, grounded, back into my heart center. And you ground by using your heart center to link your soul, the heart, the seat of your soul, to link directly into the seat of the heart of Mother Earth Center. We're not talking about necessarily of the chakras and the roots. That is for the trees, who you can link to also through your heart center. But as many of the trees have been severed at their roots, it is making it vital that you go direct from your heart center to Mother Earth's heart center to allow you to align and to mend so that you can start to become part of this project of reforestation, of which we will be carrying out our own version within Etmir. And for those of you who haven't signed up for the newsletter, please do, because this is how the information is going to go through. This is not just the spiritual side of matters, although that is vitally important that you connect with who you are, but also the bringing about into this world the collectiveness of the small businesses in order to be able to link together to be able to bring back a massive change that needs to occur, to go beyond the old dreaming into the ancient dreaming. And this is what you are here to remember: who you are, what you're capable, and stand in the light of who you are. Difficult times, when you have a death and a rebirth, there's a lot of bewilderment because the comfort of the old world has gone. It will not be brought back. It has served its purpose and it did not work. That's why it's had to die. That's why it's had to go. It does not serve your best interest by continuing. And by going through this death scenario and stepping into the rebirth of who you are in a far better position to encompass the changes within you, ready to bring about the new birthing of you and also the new birthing of how Mother Earth is going to look in her not too distant future. 2025 is another time that they keep bringing through me, and this will mean to say that you have gone through the chaotic changes of the deaths of the old system and the scenario. And although we will not be through it, there is still going to be time, possibly to the end of your lifetimes, possibly to the end of, certainly to the end of my lifetimes, that we will be in these changes of bringing in the new way of what is. And we each have our own role to play. And whatever your destiny, do not fret, because it has by divine law been written within your journey here on this earth, and it will come to you. There's no running out of time. Everything is within the divine plan, that what you need and what you are trying to dream and wondering why it has not arrived yet is because mending of bridges within you, the death of the old system that is now raging outside, had to go about to be able to allow the new growth and it is not yet time. We are still in the time, like the last three-quarter aspect of the moon, and the clearing and the letting go of the old world. And we'll go on to the next one. And here we have starting fresh. A wonderful new beginning is blossoming into my life. And this is where we go after the mending of the bridges and the balancing out of the energies. And we're talking about the stepping through the summer solstice, winter solstice, depending upon which part of the world you are in, and understanding that you are now ready to be able to start to rebirth yourself. And you are the saviours of this planet. You are the ones you have been waiting for to step forward in the new you once you have mended your bridges and got past, especially today, and there will be more to come this year, of very, very dark, death-like energies of situations and scenarios. You need to be on track, remain wise, and ready to jump in whichever way your soul has designed and has destiny for you to go in. It may mean changing companies, it may mean changing countries even, and it may be starting your own company to be able to flourish, because what has been no longer serves you and is no longer operational in the new world that we are stepping into, which takes us back to the ancient dreaming and not the old dreaming of the controlism. I am to leave it there and go over to the divine directions, and we'll see the final message for this first part of the reading to be able to bring to you, and we'll see what it has to offer to you. It may or may not be relevant to your day today. Oop. We have 3. Okay, they're saying to take all 3. Oh, right, okay. Let's have a look. The first one is home. It's time to renovate or change something in your home environment or move home. Now this has come up, I think this one came up yesterday. So this is about moving about. Your environment that you are in no longer serves you, and there needs to be some changes. It could be anything from as little as changing furniture around or getting rid of old furniture that no longer serves you, to allow the energy to bring in new. It could be about decorating or even changing, moving home. And there are quite a few people who are about to change and move their home, and it's usually about a quarter of the population finds that there are some changes going on at any one time. And so obviously it's time again for the populace to move around, and you may or may not be part of it, a lesser or a greater degree. And there can also be the change of people, new people come into your home, people moving out of your home, or indeed you may be the person to move out with or without your family around you, a change of families. And it's you know your own particular one, or you might be part of the 3/4 that it is not your time to move. And your home is very, very enchanting. It's a beautiful energy. And so this is not for everybody, but you will know what to take and what to leave behind. And we move on to the next one. Positive. Enjoy this positive time. Smile. Know that everything is going well. And even in the depth of the old dying away, it is good the fact that we can see the positive outcome. We are not stuck in not wanting to change. We embrace change. Life is change, and the more you embrace change, the more you can see the positive outcomes of starting afresh. And this will work well and bode well for your new life. It will happen regardless of whether you like it or not. So you could end up with a death, as in, yes, okay, I understand that I need to move into a new location. Or you'll have a tower moment. Everything will crash around and your soul will push you out. That is the power of how the divine law and the divine timing works with you. You embrace it, or you become more like the 3D version, whereby you do not want change and you dig your heels in and it will happen anyway, because it's part of your destiny. And the last one we have is decide. It's time for you to make a decision. Call upon your spirit guide for help. And this is about going in and connecting to your soul. Your soul is the one that is your guide, that's guiding you through, because your guide knows that there's something far better and far more deserving of you. So decide is better than staying and not deciding and just waiting for the tower moment to come and crash everything around you. You are strong. You are a decision maker. You are a decision maker within your own life. And that's what makes the power of who you are. Trust that what you decide has been orchestrated by your divine plan through your soul, wanting the absolute best experience for you and the best outcome. I will leave that one with you for today. It may or may not resonate with you. This is, as I said, a collective read, but take what little snippet or aspect, or for some of you it might be all the reading, and we will continue with the pulling the remainder of the cards over on the part 2, which is the Etmir Balance Beyond Time. So for those who are departing, for the first part, do have a fantastic day. And for those of you who are coming over, I will welcome you there. And may your heart star shine brightly.